Hey guys, so I'm here today. I'm going to be doing an anti-haul holiday edition. I'm going to be making a few of these. I don't know how many, but I definitely will make like one or two, maybe more. So this will be part one, and I'm super excited for this because I love anti-hauls. Since it's the holiday season, products will be coming out quicker than normal, so I think it's very good to decide on what you do want and what you don't want, because if you just like don't think about anything and just buy stuff, you're going to be wasting a lot of money since a lot of this stuff is over like $30 because it's a lot of kits and stuff that you get a lot of stuff, which is good. It's really good just to limit yourself and not buy every single thing. So I have about 11 products today to talk about of what I am not going to buy. I have a wish list up that just posted just a few days ago, so go check that out. So it's not like I hate all these holiday products. I love a lot. I have more on my wish list than I do on my anti-haul. I'm excited to buy a lot of stuff, but I know there's some stuff that I don't want to buy. So let's get started. Alright, so the first thing I have, let's scoot over more so I can put the pictures up here. So I have pictures of all this stuff. All these pictures I got from Trendmood or their brand's Instagram, so I'll link that down below. But go check out Trendmood and Trendmood like Holiday 2017 because they have been posting really great products and stuff that helps me keep up to date with all the new launches and stuff. The first thing I have is the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette. I just think it's too bulky. The colors aren't really my thing. I did get the metal matte palette last year, and I didn't really like it that much. I actually like gave it away. So I'm just gonna pass on the Kat Von D palette. It runs for $62, which is pretty fair price since it's so big. But I mean, I'm just gonna pass on it. The next thing I have is the Tarte Big Blush palette. I have seen people talk about how like last year's and some of like Tarte's holiday palettes are made in China, so they aren't as full quality as it would be at a normal, like it made in, I don't know where it is, but normally. So I really love the Tarte blushes, but I just heard the Tarte blushes in that palette aren't the same. And I mean, it's just so big. It's like legit like this big. And I'm not gonna be carrying that around all the time. I'd rather get like that small little 4-pan one or like the circle one where you get a whole bunch on top and bottom. Rather get those than this big Tarte big blush thing. That runs for $60, which is pretty expensive. You do think you're saving a lot because their blushes are like $30, I think, 28. So you do save money, but I mean, if they're not the best quality, then you don't really save any money. The next thing I have is the Tarte Triangle palette. I have no idea what it's called. I tried to look up what it was called and the price, but I couldn't find that. But I'll have a picture right here. It's just, to me, seems too bulky. It's like a triangle type square. Like, I think it's like a square and then you can open it up and stuff. It looks really huge and too much stuff that I probably won't use all of. And it's just so bulky that I don't want to like have it around. Because that's the main thing for me. Like, if it's way too bulky, I don't really want it because I don't want to be lugging it around. I don't want to be taking the whole thing out and doing everything. I'm fine with like small things. I don't mind smaller things like taking it in and out of my drawers when I'm doing my makeup. Just like the big ones, like just that makes me kind of sad because sometimes I don't even use a product in there. So then it's like, oh, all of that product goes to waste. So I'd rather just buy small quantities of things and actually get my use out of them. Next thing I have is the Lorac Mega Pro. This is kind of the same thing of why I don't really want any of the Morphe 35-pan palettes. It's just too many colors. This color scheme didn't really like get to me as much as some of those other palettes that I mentioned in my wish list. So I'm just gonna pass on that. I love the color packaging though. I think it's like a pink color, which I love. I forgot to check how much those are, but I think those are 60-ish or so. It's up there in price, but I mean, you get a lot of shadows, but still. But I don't know. I'm just gonna pass on that this season, and probably I'm gonna pass on all the Mega Pros, honestly. The next thing I have is the Cover FX Vault. It has all the little custom enhancer drops. $235. That is way too expensive to pay. That is not worth it at all to me, and I don't think anyone, because unless you're a makeup artist, but I don't think any normal human being would need that because you can't even get through like some of those for a long time where then they dry out or get old. And these are full size of all the colors. You might not even like all the colors. I just don't think it's a good idea. I think if you do really want one, you should buy the next thing I'm talking about or just buy one full size of the color you want. The next thing I was going to talk about is the Cover FX like mini set. This would be more for me. I have one mini one here that I'm still trying out, so I don't know for sure if I like them that much. If you are interested in them, I would buy this little kit to try out more colors. It's a mini one. It has about 4, I think, in them, and you get that for $42, which is better than $235. I'm pretty sure that you won't be using all of it super quick, and I mean, you use other products too to get the highlight and to mix into your foundation. I don't know, I think they're a little too expensive for what they are made for. The next thing I have is the Tarte new Blockbuster set thingy. It has a whole bunch of stuff. I think it's like the square thing and it has little doors you can open. Again, I think it's just too bulky. It runs for $59 and I'd rather just spend that cash elsewhere for other new products for the holidays. The next thing is the Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes. They do look so pretty. They're $125 for one palette, and I just think that is too expensive to spend on an eyeshadow palette no matter how good the formula is. I just don't think it's worth $125. I just can't spend that on one product. So the next thing I have is the Too Faced White Chocolate Bar Palette. I just don't like the color scheme. It's $49, which is typical, so I'm gonna pass on that one. But I did want the like Too Faced gold bar one, which looks super pretty and super different from what they normally do. I'm up for the gold one, but not the white chocolate bar. The next thing is the Too Faced Boss Lady palette. I think it's too neutral. It runs for $58, which is pretty expensive. I bet they hiked up the price because they put like a little planner in it and stickers. So I think it's just not worth it. I see this year, I don't think they're doing the hotel anymore. They're doing like these little planner thingies, which is kind of cool, kind of different, which is really great for them because they always did the little hotel things. So I think they're kind of interesting. There's one, I'll put it in my next wish list, so I'm not going to mention it here, but the one that I'm really not going to get is the Too Faced Boss Lady one. The last thing is the Marc Jacobs palette. I feel like the shades in there don't coincide together that much for me, and they're just not my favorite tones of colors. And it's $100, $99, but I say it's $100, and that's just way too much to spend on an eyeshadow palette that I'm not gonna love so much. I just don't think it's worth it. Like, I can't do that. The only thing that I think is somewhat worth it is like the Viseart palettes, but I don't even know yet because I haven't even swatched them at all, tried them on my eyes or anything. I'm a freshman in college and I don't have that much money to just spend on one palette. So I hope you like watching this video. Comment below anything you don't want to buy for this holiday, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys!